Hi, my name is Christina Frazier, and I'm a court interpreter certified by the state of Tennessee. As we all try to find creative and effective ways to continue performing our jobs in a safe manner, many of us are relying on video platforms to be able to conduct meetings and other activities that before COVID-19 we used to do in person. Our courts are not exempt. The courts use a few different video platforms, but one tool that Zoom has allowed us to incorporate is the ability to do simultaneous interpretation. Most of the time when you see a court proceeding in which a person needs language assistance, you see an interpreter helping a witness testifying. We call that consecutive interpretation, meaning only one person speaks at a time, and the interpreter renders what was said by each person back and forth between the two languages. This is the mode of interpretation that we use anytime a testimony or any statement needs to be kept on the court's record. But interpreters also continue assisting that person by repeating every single statement every single person is saying throughout the entire court proceeding. We call that simultaneous interpretation because the interpreter is actually speaking at the same time, simultaneously, with the English speaker, using equipment that allows us to speak quietly and be heard only by the person with limited English proficiency, or LEP individuals. So, for example, if you are an English speaker, you go to court and you're able to understand everything anybody's saying, even if that is not directed to you. Interpreters ensure that LEP individuals are afforded that same benefit. I mentioned that Zoom has given us the ability to do simultaneous interpretation during a court proceeding that is conducted via video, and here is how you can make that happen. Once everybody has logged into the meeting in Zoom, the host of the meeting will designate a person as the interpreter. So let's make me the interpreter in this tutorial. That will create a language option on the participant's screen. So for example, I'm Spanish interpreter. Once I am designated to be the interpreter, the LEP individuals joining the meeting will see the icon showing the language options. They will click on that icon and select Spanish or whatever other language available. From then on, they will be able to hear the interpreter in their language, but they will also be able to hear the rest of the meeting in English at a lower volume. Some people like that option, but for some, that can be confusing. So they will also have the option of muting the main meeting, the English meeting, and only listen to the interpretation simultaneously as the court proceeding takes place. The rest of the participants will not be able to hear the simultaneous interpretation. Why do we want that? Because this is what would happen if they could hear it.
Of indictment number 2020, India 5555.
The ideal solution would be having the interpreter in both roles, interpreter and participant. Unfortunately, at this time, Zoom does not have an option that would allow switching roles back and forth quickly enough to accommodate the court's proceeding setting and needs. We were able to come up with at least one solution, and this is what we want to share with you. At this point, only participants choosing my language can hear me. I then need to access the meeting again, but I can't do that from one single device. You will need a second one, which can be a smartphone, a tablet, or another computer. This time, the host will not assign me as an interpreter. I will just remain as a participant. Now, attention interpreters. You need to mute your second device where you are a participant, and you want to also mute or close your video feed. This will not cut your connection. It will simply take your image out of the screen. The proceeding will now start. I will work from my computer where my microphone is open so the LEP can hear me interpreting simultaneously. I am also keeping my cell phone right here in front of me, with which I am connected to the meeting as a participant. I will mute the microphone and close the video on my cell phone. I will interpret simultaneously for my LEP person as if I was in court with my transmitter and headset, with the advantage that I don't need to whisper because I am in my office by myself and not in the courtroom. One important side note for interpreters here: you need to test your language channels with the LEP to make sure that everything is working properly before the court proceeding starts. You will not be able to ask the LEP if he or she can hear you once the proceeding starts because the LEP will be muted. Otherwise, he or she will be heard by the entire courtroom. If at any time the LEP has a question or he or she is asked a question or needs to testify, I need to interpret that out loud for everybody to hear, correct? So at that point, what I will do is unmute my cell phone, mute my computer so you won't hear the feedback or any echoes. You don't need to cut the video on the computer. Simply open the mic on your cell phone so that everybody can hear you. I will interpret consecutively as long as needed. And when that is finished, I will switch back and continue interpreting simultaneously. So I will mute my cell phone again and unmute my computer so that the LEP can hear me simultaneously. We hope this tutorial will help you navigate the system in a way that will allow you to conduct effective and efficient court proceedings using interpreters remotely. And now, we'll let you see how our court meeting via Zoom went using this technique.
All right, can we get the jail on the line? All right, good morning, ma'am. I am Judge McVeigh. Are you Miss Maria Perez?
Buenos días, señora. Soy el juez McVeigh. ¿Es usted la señora María Pérez?
Buenos días. Sí, soy yo.
Good morning. Yes, I am.
All right. We are here for your arraignment today. Will you be hiring your own attorney?
Ok, estamos aquí para su acusación formal hoy. ¿Usted va a contratar su propio abogado?
No, yo no tengo dinero.
No, I don't have any money.
All right. In that case, Mr. Jefferson, would you like an appointment for a murder case?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd be happy to serve.
All right, then I'll appoint Attorney Jefferson to represent you. We will do the arraignment now, and then he will meet with you as soon as possible.
Ok, voy a asignar al señor Jefferson para que la represente. Vamos a hacer su acusación formal ahora y después él va a ir a verla lo antes posible.
Está bien, gracias.
Ok, thank you.
All right, you can go ahead, Mr. Jefferson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Attorney John Jefferson, on behalf of Ms. Maria Perez, I acknowledge receipt of indictment number 2020, India 5555. We waive formal reading and plead not guilty to all counts therein. I will keep Ms. Perez informed of all future court dates. The next court date is July 3rd. And for the record, Ms. Perez, what is the date of your birth and the last four numbers of your Social Security code?
Para el acta, señora Pérez, ¿cuál es su fecha de nacimiento y los últimos 4 números de su seguro social?
Mi fecha de nacimiento es el 4 de agosto de 1954 y los últimos 4 números de mi seguro social son 5874.
My date of birth is August 4th, 1954, and the last 4 numbers of my Social Security are 5874.
Thank you. And Your Honor, who for the state?
That's going to be Assistant District Attorney Morez.
Ms. Perez, I'll be out in just a moment to discuss your case. Is that okay?
Señora Pérez, voy a ir a verla en un momento para conversar con respecto a su caso. ¿Eso está bien?
Sí,
Thank you, Your Honor.
gracias.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes,
That is
thank
all.
you.
All right, thank you all.